I'm Jimmy. I'm the host of the show. Thank you for watching. We have a lot of dumb stuff going on here tonight. Behind the scenes. But thanks for joining us for day 9 of Squattergate, where reality is starting to peek through the windows at the White House. The president, he might be going down with the ship, but many of the rats are putting their little bathing suits on amid increasing skepticism that their boss will be able to pull another rabbit out of his MAGA hat. One reason that Trump's advisors are so worried he might not be able to win is because he lost, and those don't go together. But I'll tell you something, there's no room for pessimism in the White House. Racism, sexism, yes, but no pessimism. The big orange guy is said to be feeling blue. POTUS is reportedly dejected and fuming. And soon he's going to understand what it feels like to be evicted from your home in the middle of a pandemic. We got a brief glimpse of the president yesterday at Arlington National Cemetery, but he hasn't spoken in public since a week ago. This was the president's schedule today. At 12:30, he had lunch with the vice president, and that was that. Does he know that he's still president for 2 more months, or is he just hiding? Boy, I would have loved to have been at that lunch. What do you think they talked about? I mean, Mike Pence knows what's up. He's sitting there going, yes, sir, we'll be here for 4 more years, for sure. It's like when your grandpa in the nursing home mistakes you for one of his army buddies. You just go with it. Meanwhile, I'm not sure why, but I looked at the president's Twitter profile today. He hasn't tweeted much, but remember when Donald Trump used to follow 45 people because he's the 45th president? Well, look at how many people Mike Pence is following right now. Zoom in there, 47. In other words, Trump 45, Biden 46, Pence 47. You sneaky mom. I don't know, maybe he'll run against Trump next time. Trump has been floating the idea that he'd run again in 2024 and 2028 and 2032. Every election for the rest of our lives will have a Donald Trump in it. We're never getting rid of this guy. Like herpes in the McRib, he'll just keep coming back. But they say Trump has been keeping busy watching more TV even than usual, and he's not enjoying it as much as usual. He's been lashing out at Fox News, of all places, ever since they called Arizona for Joe Biden last week. This morning, he launched a full frontal Twitter assault on Fox, retweeting things like, Fox News is dead. Quite right, they've been a disaster since the election day. Clearly corrupt media. Hey, old Fox News lovers, go to Newsmax. Last least, they are trying, to be honest. Yeah, last least, all right, they are. Trump is encouraging his supporters to switch allegiance to these pure propaganda outlets where they'll never have to be bothered by anything that even resembles a fact ever again. But it seems obvious he's planning to either start his own media platform or more likely partner with one of these low-rent wingnut factories who love him already. But in the meantime, his children are trying to cheer him up. Ivanka tweeted, breaking, President Trump and Senate Republicans win Alaska overwhelmingly and by a massive 20-point spread. Put AK in the books for real Donald Trump. Well, if you put AK in the books, Donald Trump will never find it because he doesn't. But the tweeter toddler did find it. He found it on Twitter. He wrote, it took long enough. What is taking North Carolina so long? Are they looking for more ballots to fix that one also? Now with a recount, we will win Georgia also. Pennsylvania and Michigan wouldn't let our poll workers and observers into counting rooms. Illegal. So just to recap, if Trump wins a state, it was fair, no problem. If he doesn't, it was fraud. We need a recount. The win in Alaska earned him 3 electoral votes, not enough to win the presidency, but I think I have an even better idea. I think I have an idea that can make everyone happy. And I know my ideas that make everyone happy never really seem to make anyone happy, but follow me on this one. Why don't we just make him president of Alaska? He'd love it. It even sounds like the names of his wives and daughters. Melania, Ivana, Ivanka, Alaska. I mean, he'd for sure be the tannest person there. He'd like that. Think of plenty of wide open spaces to build big, ugly buildings and put your name on them. Donnie Jr. would have a lot of endangered species to shoot. And he could marry Sarah Palin. She's like a Melania who likes you. Think about it. You'd be surrounded by people who agree with you and You'll be able to see Russia from your house. It's everything you could dream. Let's make him the first president of the last frontier, Alaska. It's big, it's white, it's melting down, and it has lots of crabs, just like Donald Trump.
Let's do it, yeah.
Thank you, Grandma. Apparently, Trump's eldest spawn are at odds right now about how Daddy should proceed. They say Jared and Ivanka would like him to play it cool, whereas DJ, TJ, and Eric want him to blow it up. Ivanka is said to be concerned that a fight to stay in office could tarnish her father's legacy. I was expecting a bigger laugh there, but her father's legacy. Her father's legacy is going to be a rusted, half-finished section of wall on the border of Arizona. Ivanka's also worried that this could hurt the family business, but the boys realize the main reason he's raising money to fight this fraud is to line his own pockets, which, come on, Ivanka, you get that. This is Trump 101 right here. They say the last time the kids argued like this was when they fought over who got to shoot their injured polo pony. But I have to say, what a neat little microcosm of America that Trump's actions are even tearing his own family apart. That seems just to me. There's also belated discord among members of Trump's own party now. Republicans have begun to ever so slightly remove their lips from his rectum. Several prominent GOP senators, including Sugar Caddy Lindsey Graham, have finally admitted that Joe Biden should be getting the classified intelligence briefings that are usually shared with the president-elect for reasons of national security. Team Trump has blocked Biden's access to those briefings, and the State Department is refusing to even hand over the messages Biden has been getting from other world leaders. They're like, sorry, there's no one here named Joe Biden, but, I mean, he can't come to the phone right now. And the important thing is, even as his electoral hopes fade, Donald Trump still has the support of his family and select Hollywood elites like TV Hercules Kevin Sorbo and TV Chachi Scott Baio, who Scott Baio got an exciting retweet from Trump today that said, "Thank you, Scott, and stay tuned. You are terrific." This was the tweet the president appreciated from Scott Baio so much. Scott Baio wrote, "Fun times at Michael's. Trump is still your president." You could see there a bunch of flag emojis with a photo of the words, "Trump still your president," spelled out in decorative candles at Michael's. For Scott Baio's sake, I really hope he didn't spend the day at Michael's rearranging those himself. I mean, that's too much, but... And also, can we please not politicize Michael's? Crafting is my escape from all of this. I mean, where does it end? Don't make me go to Joanne to retaliate with a no malarkey needlepoint, okay? Did you know they changed it from Joanne's Fabrics to Joanne?
No, I didn't know.
Now you know.
I know.
When this will end already, nobody knows. The Pope congratulated Joe Biden today, so maybe he knows something. But otherwise, Trump's new legal strategy is to try to stop states from certifying the results of the election, which is just, this would be like if Jimmy Butler was still sitting alone in the NBA bubble hoping the refs overturned Game 6. Team Trump set up another voter fraud hotline number that you can call to report voter fraud. I mentioned the other night, the last one got a lot of prank calls, but please, let's not put them through that again. Please, do not call this number, 202-499-4921, and engage in shenanigans. Again, if you have something dumb to say, do not say it after calling 202-499-4921. It's not right, it's inappropriate, and operators are standing by. We learned today that yet another member of Trump's inner circle has tested positive for the coronavirus, this time Corey Lewandowski, and I'm told that Corey feels almost as awful as he is. COVID-19 has now overtaken chlamydia as the disease you're most likely to catch from Donald Trump. Lewandowski was at Rudy Giuliani's Four Seasons landscaping event on Saturday. He was right there with him. How has Rudy not gotten COVID yet? Somebody needs to find out which animal's blood he's drinking at midnight on Halloween. It might have the vaccine in it. This will be exciting for Trump when he eventually goes home kicking and screaming to Florida. They're building America's first regional hub for flying cars. So finally, you'll be able to get a DUI flying over a Cracker Barrel. They say that within 5 years, you'll be able to travel from Orlando to Tampa in 30 minutes. Why anyone would need to do that, I don't know. But if you want to, you can. This seems like a bad idea. According to the Department of Highway Safety, Florida is the second worst state in the nation for distracted driving accidents. How long do you think it'll be before someone is texting behind the wheel and flies into the Epcot Center? I guess we'll find out. A car, you understand, this is a car that takes to the sky without the hassle of airport security from the state that trained the 9/11 hijackers to fly. What? No, that's not a joke. That's really happening. This has been a crazy week. Sometimes it feels like we're living in tense and depressing cable TV drama like Succession, and then other times it's kind of funny. All this back and forth over who won the election feels more like a sitcom than real life. We have two men who are equally determined to occupy this White House. It's a situation none of us have ever experienced before, and so we figured, why not make it a show?
On November 3rd, President Donald Trump was asked to remove himself from his place of residence. That request came from the American people. Deep down, he knew they were right. But a crippling fear of inadequacy would never allow him to acknowledge defeat.
We did win this election.
When incoming President Joe Biden took up residence on January 20th, he found his desk occupied by a sloppy orange goblin.
Excuse me. Let's do that over. He's coughing in the middle of my answer.
Yeah, Donald Trump is a disaster.
He was always known as a dummy, and now he's a dummy and a half.
Can two old men live together in the White House without driving each other crazy?
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, this is a fraud.
The Fraud Couple. Thursdays at 9:30 on ABC.
Oh, I didn't know we got it. I mean, the couples don't get any odder than that, do they? Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Click below to subscribe to our YouTube channel, or if you want to be that way about it, don't.